Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back. I am Animated Jenny. Today we'll be continuing our Next Fest series of games. Right now I'm going through a lot of different simulator games and explaining what I found and kind of reviewing them for you guys. I'm going to put the same disclaimer that I did for the last episode and say all of these titles are in early access or they are in demo mode, and they will be getting more development, and some of these devs will be taking feedback and making the games better. So please don't forget that as you look into getting these games potentially. Number 2 on the list is Aquatic Store Simulator. Aquatic Store Simulator is developed by Freemind SA and published by Freemind SA and Playway SA. Its expected release date is to be in the 4th quarter of this year, so any time now. This is the second title that I tried, and the main fault I found with it is that it was not long enough. I wanted to keep playing. It was so good. I did like the optimization in the game. I thought that they had enough settings to be able to accommodate for all different types of PC builds, so that is really nice. I also really liked the way the graphics look and feel together, and the movement of the fish. It feels very authentic and organic with kind of a modern vibe. I did have some difficulty figuring out a few things. I do like that the objectives in the game were very clear, but figuring out how to get to them could have been handled a little bit better. Explanation of the menus in a more concise way or highlighting in some type of way would have helped make it a little bit easier to navigate. While I think some things could be explained a little bit better in the tutorial, it still was very helpful, and I managed to get through it pretty well. This game was a little bit different because when you have to start picking the trash up in the store, you actually have to drag it over to the trash can. So I found that a little bit difficult. There might be a little bit of an accessibility issue with having to hold the mouse down for that long. That was the main thing I thought of during the tutorial, and maybe something that could be looked into changing how it's used. Trash aside, I found this so fun. I liked that you got to set up the aquariums kind of whichever way you wanted. You just have to make sure that the parameters are right. So you don't want saltwater items in a freshwater tank because that would obviously kill your fish. It sticks to realism with making sure that your plants and anything that goes into the aquarium has to be suited for that aquarium. I also liked that you could have display aquariums that you can breed the fish in and have out for everyone to look at for all the customers, but you could also sell your own aquariums as well. Any item that you need for the fish, you can stock on the shelves, or you can keep it for yourself if you need it. So that was really convenient. You can just order a box, and then if you're like, oh gosh, my fish need food, you could just take one of those off the shelf. Obviously, you won't get the money for it, but your fish won't starve. I think when it comes to the full game, just making sure you have a very well-stocked store for all of the pet supply items will be very important. And keeping the health parameters for the fish in mind is super important as well, as you don't want to kill your fish off, which I may have done a few times. If you do happen to kill your fish, you will have a little exclamation point very well shown at the top of the aquarium, and you can just scoop the fish out with a net and dispose of them in the trash. You can actually scoop multiple fish out. Ask me how I know. There was a little bit of a disaster, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure I'll do fine on the main game when I get it. Another thing I had a little bit of trouble with at the beginning was just figuring out where to order items to be able to take care of the animals. It takes a little bit of time to get used to the menus and figure out exactly where everything is, as there is a lot in the game, but I like that there's a lot added to the game. I think there's a lot of potential for it to be complicated but fun. If you take care of fish in real life, you know that there are a lot of things you have to pay attention to. So I like the attention to detail that they actually put into the game for that as well. The customers seemed pretty easy to please, but I could see that it might get a little bit hectic when they all start wanting different kinds of fish, since you have to scoop the fish out and put them in the little machine to bag them up. So that could be a nice element that's in there to give someone a bit of a challenge between stocking shelves, taking care of the customers, making sure the fish are all healthy and happy, and setting up new homes for more fish. I also liked that you can pretty much see how big the store will be able to be expanded, so you get an idea of just the immensity of the game and the direction which the store is going to go in. I do hope that they add more fish and maybe some reptiles or something interesting like that. I did really enjoy this game, and like I said, the only thing that was tough about it was learning some of the controls and figuring out where to order certain things, and then the length of it. It just wasn't quite long enough, which is good. If you're in a demo, you don't want it to be too long, and I'm actually looking forward. I'm hoping to get it a bit after it comes out. What do y'all think? Do you think you're going to be picking this up? Don't forget you can wishlist this on your Steam wishlist if you want, or you can go ahead and pick up the demo in the same area. Thank you so much for watching. We will still be going through games 3 through 10 in the series, so if you would like to follow along, I would suggest subscribing to the channel and turning on your notifications. Thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.